Anthony Gardner, former U.S. ambassador to the European Union, said there were sticking points including the £20 billion payment proposed by the UK and whether EU law, through the European Court of Justice, should be adhered to by Britain after the transition period. Speaking on Bloomberg, Mr. Gardner said both sides were far away from an agreement on the Brexit bill. He said the sticking point is whether EU law should be applicable, not only in the transition period, but thereafter. Then there's the question of the money, which is of course the big issue in any divorce. They're still far away from agreement on money. The £20 billion for the period of the 2 years that's left in this budget cycle is very far away from all the other money that's talked about beyond 2020. Getty Bloomberg. Anthony Gardner said the EU divorce bill was a sticking point in the Brexit talks. The £20 billion for the period of the 2 years that's left in this budget cycle is very far away from all the other money that's talked about beyond 2020. Anthony Gardner: those are the pensions, the other liabilities, during which they were assumed by the UK when it was a member. Mrs May faced renewed calls to be ready to walk out of the Brexit negotiations last night after a top bureaucrat attempted to sabotage a deal between Britain and Brussels. The Prime Minister was urged by Eurosceptic campaigners including senior Tory MPs to make preparations to quit the talks with EU chiefs if the issue of future trade is not on the table by the end of this year. Their demand came after European Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker claimed the Brexit discussions were progressing so slowly that miracles were needed for the next deadline to be hit. September 13, 2017. His intervention, a day after reports of decisive steps forwards in the negotiations, was viewed at Westminster last night as an attempt to destabilize the drive towards a deal. Senior Tory MPs and business figures yesterday wrote to Mrs May urging her to quit the Brussels negotiations by the end of December if EU negotiators refuse to start discussing trade. The letter said, if the EU is not seriously negotiating a free trade deal by Christmas 2017, the government should give formal notice that we will move to World Trade Organization rules in March 2019. The letter was organized by Leave Means Leave, a pressure group campaigning for a full break with Brussels, backed by around 50 Tory MPs.